Good dog, and welcome back to the Norwegian campaign in Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. So, okay, this fleet is suddenly moving now. This huge British fleet is moving down here to interrupt my invasion. Okay, what about the other big fleet? Down to Yarmouth. Okay. The French are on the move. Let's see, the French also have this fleet here, trying to invade Göteborg. I've got the Dannebrok ready and refit. It's gonna need a little bit of support though. So let's move some ships out to engage the enemy. Maybe I need some DDs as well. 2 Vikings. Yes. That will probably have to do. I've got 2 good heavy cruisers here, but I need those for convoy missions. Now, what to do with my big fleet here? So, I would really have liked to have some battlecruisers down here, engaging the Byzantines and the Chinese. But I've had to have my entire, well, most of my navy here to counter this huge British fleet that I've yet to actually get a battle against, which is a little bit frustrating. Yeah, 12 capital ships. I've got 11 here. Okay, let's see if I can actually engage the if I can like, where exactly are they going though? So I'm not actually going to send my whole fleet down there. Oops. There we are. And I'm just hoping I'm sending them to the same space. I will also try to attack the other British fleet here, and I will use the battleships for that, while the battlecruisers will be sent down. I'm thinking my DDs should have enough range to make it down to South America. At least the Berserker and Vikings. But I do need some to counter the British battlecruiser fleet. Like so, and then 1 light cruiser for each. So that way I'm setting up 3 separate battles that I should hopefully get. I do have some DDs here though. Maybe that huge battlecruiser fleet does not need all of those DDs. So 2 more Vikings to the battlecruiser battleship fleet. Yeah, that should hopefully be enough. Okay, I guess we'll just have to see what comes of this. Cross the fingers and see if we get the battles we want. Now, for alliances, I think I might actually accept a few if I get offered some next turn. So, United States, they are at war with Japan. Allying with them would also bring me to war with Japan. That's not such a big deal. They don't have anything, basically. Russia, I can accept that alliance. They are at war with Britain too, so that would work fine. Spain, yes. Portugal, no, because they are hostile to Russia. And I guess Germany, although we're not that close to an alliance. And they are allied to France, of all things. And the reason I would like to accept an alliance is that that would give me more more forces to defend Morocco. Now, if they take Morocco from me, that's not such a big deal, really. Because I can always take it back from France using a naval invasion. It's not the end of the world. Now, let's see. Britain, what's your rebellious? France is apparently very content, but I think they just had a rebellion or something. As they do. Alright. Let's see how it goes. Spain, yes. Okay, Spain said no. Russia, yes. And here we go. That's one of the battles I wanted. Barham class battleship, they got 6 18.2-inch guns. Indefatigable class battlecruiser, they got 10 14-inch guns. Okay. I think we can manage. Well, look at that. The British have built a Super Nelson. Interesting. Alright, have these to just join in the Battlefleet division. I got 2 pre-dreadnoughts here, so really I've got 3 actual battleships and 2 half battleships. That's 4 battleships in total. Torpedo boat, last of its kind. They have served me really well, considering they are 30-year-old war prizes. I will add Viking 07 to that's Division 5. There. And the Valkyries will primarily combat the enemy DDs. My own torpedo, I guess you could kind of call them torpedo boats, because they are here to launch torpedoes. Scotty, you can follow Magnus Barfoot. Orm. I guess you are mainly screening for torpedoes. You got Hydro too, which my big ships cannot have. Actually, Flamberge, you can also just do donuts here until I need you. I know the enemy DDs have 20-kilometer torpedo range, so I would really like them to waste their torpedoes trying to hit my Valkyries, while my Valkyries gun them down with their twin 5-inch guns. Cruiser, you can slow down. There we go. Enemy battlecruiser spotted. Let's see what kind of armor you have. Mark II 14-inch guns. That's decent armor for a battlecruiser. Standard bulkheads, spacious quarters. Coincidence 4. No radar. I'm kind of worried that the Brits might have radar on their newest ships, but I haven't seen any with it yet, so they might not actually be ahead of me in the rangefinder tech. I know they got Coincidence 5 before I did, but I don't think they've been continuously prioritizing that tech tree branch. Now, did the enemy DDs only have one reload for their torpedo launchers, or am I thinking of the French? Because if they don't carry any extra reloads, then there you go, battleship spotted. Let's take a look at that too. If they don't carry any additional reloads for their torpedoes, making them waste their torps against my DDs is a pretty good idea. That's a neat looking tower. Yeah, the Brits actually have some pretty decent looking towers for their capital ships in 1.7. Mark II 18s, 20-kilometer range, tube powder 1, TNT 3. That's okay armor. Citadel 4, Coincidence 4. Heavy shells, increased ammo. Tube powder 1. Oxygen torpedoes. Only 16.9 kilometer though. For oxygen torpedoes. Yeah, not bad. Not bad, Britain. For an AI designed battleship, this is a win. I would say. Let's see, what's the range to the enemy? Okay, we're far out of range. No sight of their DDs yet. Guess maybe they didn't have that many DDs in this task force. And they do have some here. My torpedo range here is 7.6 kilometers, so not really ideal for torpedoing enemy capital ships. But we can give it a try. If I'm lucky, the enemy DDs will be launching torpedoes trying to hit my DDs. There goes Swan. You have launched torpedoes. No, you have not. The battleship has launched torpedoes. Swan has not launched torpedoes. Okay, you do carry reloads. What kind of range did you have? Yeah, 20 kilometer on your 22-inch torps. Oh, you just changed targets, did you? No, you didn't. You changed target for your main guns. Valkyrie 07, you can try and get out while gunning down the Swan. Don't think we're gonna get any torpedo hits out of that, but if we can just do something about their DDs. Oh, we did get a torpedo hit out of that. Valkyrie 07 went down, but at least we did something about their DDs. And I'm getting longer range torpedoes soon in range of the enemy capital ships. Valkyrie 08 is making it out. Oh shit. No. Never mind. Enemy torpedoes vanished. Good. Now we need to pick out some gun targets here too. You have a lot of torpedoes on all your ships, Britain. Like so, I guess. All of them needs to do something about the enemy DDs. Valkyrie 08 is actually in pretty good shape. Now if I'm lucky now, the enemy will spend more torpedoes trying to hit my smaller ships and not my main line. Speaking of torpedoes, I've got some torpedoes for you. But I've got some torpedoes for you, Britain. They're not as long range as yours. Okay, Viking 07, you may want to target Albemarle, actually. And you will detach, keep on course, while these two pull back. Hopefully I'm gonna get something out of that. Thunberge. Maybe you can do something. What happened to Valkyrie? Do you eat a... no torpedo. Just gun hits. What kind of guns do the British DDs have? They've got double 4-inch guns. That's really not a bad DD design by the AI here. They're really not. Oh, Thunberge has surrendered. The Valkyrie goes down. I've not scored a lot of torpedo hits. I thought I would score a lot more torpedo hits out of that. What are you doing, you muppet? Can't you just follow the line as I told you to? Okay, from the back. Okay, you all have targets. Secondaries on the DDs, please. Orm has done a pretty good job baiting torpedoes. What the f... What are you doing, Scotty? You're getting yourself killed. Move these back here. We can always try again with the torpedoes. Yeah, Scotty is getting herself killed, alright. No idea why she decided that was a good idea. We're murdering some enemy DDs now, that's good. Yeah, Monster has no more torpedoes. He's not a threat. Swan has torpedoes. For now. There we go. Flash fire on battlecruiser New Zealand. Proud British tradition. Was something going wrong with your battlecruisers? So New Zealand is no longer a threat. We've sunk one battleship, one battlecruiser almost. Lost some DDs and a heavy cruiser, but that was your own fault, Scotty. If you just kept in line, you'd be better off. Okay, this dude is coming in here with a whole load of torpedoes. Swan might no longer be a threat. Yeah, Swan is no longer a threat. Munster is no threat. She's got no torpedoes left. This guy, banzai charging into my line with a whole bunch of torpedoes. I need it gone very, very soon. She's got no torpedo crews left though. That's a pretty solid heavy cruiser you have there. I mean, that torpedo thing would be very scary if I hadn't just killed all the torpedo crews. I need to slow down a little bit here. The frames per minute are not liking the amount of gunfire going on. Let's see, New Zealand, no threat currently. Okay, you have not fully reloaded your torpedoes yet. I thought you had reloaded by now. My bad. There we go, torpedo hits on my ships now. It's probably from their capital ships, actually, because they also carry torpedoes. Now, this torpedo run was a little bit premature, but there we go. There go the torps. Yeah, my battleship's not too heavily damaged. Mostly flooding. Frickla's down to 64%, but she was damaged in the previous battle with the French. There we're getting the torpedo hits on Albemarle. Losing Berserker 02 in the process. Let's see, maybe from the back. A little bit healed over here due to torpedo flooding. Same with this poor ship. Let's just watch the fireworks. And we have a some actual fireworks here. Albemarle losing some turrets. And losing the little BB thing icon. That's weird. New Zealand is toast. She's been without ammo for a while now and just waiting to sink. How expensive are you? 400 million. Illustrious. 571. So it's not a bad top speed either for a big battleship like that. 25.2 knots. That's faster than my Hale class battlecruisers. So did lose some ships here. Well, one, that was its own fault. Both Valkyries didn't really perform as well as I hoped against the enemy DDs, but the enemy DDs had better guns than I thought, so they just got honestly outgunned. Yeah, fairly happy with that. 452 million for a an armored cruiser. Pretty expensive thing. And the last of the Flamberger class torpedo boats. Now let's see, what more do we have? We got this force against two Manchester class light cruisers. Harald Hårfagre is being repaired. Sadly, she teleported to a very small port, so she's overloading that port, meaning that it's going to cost me a lot of money and take a little while, but it's alive. It didn't sink. Now, these are the ones with the electric torpedoes. Let's see, Search, you are once again actually in the lead of the formation. Because it's a bigger ship than anything else I have here. The two Valkyries, not sure what I will do with you. You can chill out here first. Search should be able to deal with this. So you can slow down a bit. Cruising speed 21 knots. Do I have RDF on this? Yeah, I do. Pointing me towards the enemy. That's nice. So, enemy light cruiser has 5 inches of armor. I can pen that at any range, which is good to know. And line is forming up. They're spotting me first. Not too surprised there. Let's start turning. I don't think they're too far away. There it is. 15 kilometers out. Almost in range. There we are, in range. Now hidden in smoke. And the tiny 5-inch guns are going off. You have launched your torpedoes already. What kind of torpedo range did you have? I forgot. 11.7 kilometers. Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna have to maneuver the whole line then. Okay, I see torpedo splashes in the water. There they are. Thankfully avoided. Another wave. Ah, cert takes 2. That is not good. Will she go down? Maybe, but I think we can get these light cruisers. More torpedoes. Man, I hate electric torpedoes. Have they been... I think they've been buffed. They didn't used to be this fast compared to normal torpedoes. Yeah, there we go. It takes another. But that compartment was already flooded. This is not good for my my naval invasion, though. Because Cert and Odin might have to teleport to a port somewhere and get repaired. And I need their tonnage. There we go. Brisk surrendered. Yeah, medium damage. Let's see where they ended up. But I guess there's a battle to play first. Okay, a single heavy cruiser. I wonder if that huge British fleet has evaded me once again. Let's see, yeah, you can just follow here. DDs don't really need to be here. And the my battlecruisers here, by the way, have been refit with new main towers and Mark III guns, so they're you know, fairly modern now. And again, I like that in this version of DIP, you have access to more refit towers. So you can actually refit your ships so they look like they've had a refit. Let's see, southwest. Now this is the British heavy cruiser with a lot of torpedoes, I think, from that previous battle. So, worth watching out for. What kind of range did you have? 10.1. Fast torpedoes, 23 inch. Alright, yeah. Should be able to keep it more than 10 kilometers away. Because my guns will start being accurate at, well, around 20,000 actually. Now after the refit. One over pen, 4 belt. Well, I thought I could keep it outside of 10 kilometers, but yeah, maybe we can. Flash fire. We got 10-inch guns. Mark 3 10s. Let's just take a closer look at this ship. Yeah, it looks a little bit weird, but it's not bad. Not a whole lot of secondaries though, other than a whole bunch of 1.3-inch guns. It's a uniform secondary battery, if nothing else. Light anti-aircraft guns. We're destroying some torpedoes, but we're not completely stopping it from being able to launch. There we go, no more torpedo crews for you. This is a surprising amount of damage to defend this. $450 million. Well, I guess it is actually more expensive than my battlecruiser, so I can cope with that. And there we go, last bit of flooding that was needed. And here we go. That's the big one. But I was not able to bring my two units together as I hoped, because that other force was busy playing with an armored cruiser. Bar-arm class battleships. Yeah, they all are. And 2 of these indefatigables. Not a whole lot of DDs though. Barham 1922 refit. It's slower. And it's got worse armor quality. Alright. The refit indefatigable battlecruisers are also really slow. 19.1 knots. I mean, I might be able to do this. Yeah, the Ossuary class DDs. Very decent DDs. My 14-inch guns are Mark III and should be long range enough to take these on at a distance. just a little bit annoyed that I wasn't able to combine my two forces to fight this, because I would have had 4 more battlecruisers and some more DDs. I could try and withdraw, or we could try and do this and not necessarily sink all of them, but sink some of them, and then disengage and end the battle, and then sink them all when we can combine the task forces next turn. Alright. Okay. And it's cloudy. Great. Let's see, battlecruisers. You'll just have to go like this then. And there is the enemy fleet already. Actually, you're going this way. Heavy cruisers. Actually, no, you are going this way here. I'm just gonna have the heavy cruisers behind. Now, light cruiser, you can just follow the battle cruisers for now. Here's the Valkyrie. I think I only had one. It needs to do some work. I'm just gonna organize my DDs real quick. Okay. Alright. So I got 4 berserkers. They're doing donuts here for now. Got 2 Vikings. Got 2 Valkyries. Ilmarinen already opening fire. So we're not that far away from them. And we do have the Nelson leading the British line. I do outrange them by 5 kilometers, but that's not that much. Collingwood, Goliath, Agamemnon. There we go, that's one of the refits. It does have more armor. But worse quality. Coincidence 4, no radar. Same here, okay. Krupp 1 actually, on the refit Courageous. Let's see, we're doing 24 knots with the battle cruisers. Fair enough. Actually, I'm detaching the 2 Valkyries. Alright, what kind of range do I have? Vanamainen. You can target Nelson. Maud. You can also target Nelson when you are in range. Riga 2. Svea. Collingwood. Märta. I guess Collingwood will soon be in range. Ilmarinen. Almost in range of Goliath. Now I might be sacking my DDs here, but if that can save my main line from getting hit by torpedoes, that might be a worthy sacrifice. Bring out the 2 Vikings. No sight of enemy DDs yet. I assume they're just behind here somewhere. There are torpedoes. If I'm lucky, enemy might be hitting their own ships with torpedoes. There we go. Torpedoes out from Valkyrie 02. Valkyrie 01 does go down though. We do score a torpedo hit on something. Greenwill? Was that just accidental damage from something else? I mean, so far so good. Vikings are almost in range with their torpedoes. Really not far from being in range with their torpedoes. Oh, lots of torpedo hits, and those torpedoes are not mine. Valkyrie has just Valkyrie 02. It's done a heck of a job luring the enemy into torpedoing their own ships. Amazing. Big round of mjöd for you if you survive. It's a risky job, I know. Being a DD in my navy. Oh, you did not survive. Ooh, I gotta watch out for torpedoes myself. Let's see. Lead ship, Agamemnon. Only these two are going that way, though. Okay, I'm gonna have to bring these two in a little bit closer. And possibly bring out the berserkers as well. This way. I think I'm safe from these torpedoes. They're too far away. Maybe. Maybe not. 12 kilometers. They might actually make it. They might actually make it to my my battlecruisers. We can hope they don't. But I mean, if they do, there's not that much I can do about it. No, my turning range is not too bad, actually. That's my range now. I don't like target the blob here. Okay. Now I should have range to at least target something. Conqueror. Collingwood. Conqueror is in range, yeah? 11.6. Yeah, that should work. That should work. Let's see if we can get these torps in the water before my Vikings blow up. Before I become a torpedo target myself. Oh, Maud and Vanaminen are taking torpedoes. Too late for that. You two are detaching. You're getting a lot more torpedo hits. And we're drawing torpedoes away from my my main line, which is of course very important. Okay, we're gonna pause this again. You two are targeting Agamemnon. And is Audacious coming closer? Yes, she is. I'm targeting those ships, then turning away. 05 and 07, you have to get a little bit closer. Can you put your guns to use, maybe, against an enemy DD? Okay, I guess you have to detach as well, because you just ate a bunch of damage. Ocean. There you go. 05 is launched, 07 has launched. These two have launched. Ilmarinen, Venäläinen getting out. No, Venäläinen and Maud are getting out. Now these four are both in range. There we go. Scoring some good torpedo hits here on a an enemy battleship. Up to 19 torpedo hits now. Well, I've taken some torpedoes myself. I think my own torpedo launching has been more effective than the enemy's. There we go. Although a lot of these torpedo hits are actually enemy torpedoes striking enemy ships. So there's that. I cannot take credit for all those torpedoes. But at least I will say that the enemy is better at torpedoing their own ships than mine. Let's see, yeah, we got some very good hits on some of these ships. Maud might actually be able to rejoin the line in some capacity. Let's see, Riga, do you have range to something? You should have. Okay. Vikings, you are, for now, just joining the DD squadron with the two berserkers. Making sure all your torpedoes are off until further notice. And I might need you again. My 8-inch guns do not have range. Märta, do you have range to hit anything? Not really, not yet. Ilmarin and Svea, I want you to take out that light cruiser. With all of its torpedoes. I would like to sink some of these enemy capital ships. If at all possible. I could end it here, but I don't think I've actually sunk any ships yet. Maybe a DD or two. And I need some actual kills to make this an actual victory. Even though I'm fairly happy with the result already. All the flooding damage and engine damage and whatnot taken by the enemy battleships, that is not persistent damage. There we go, big hits on the enemy light cruiser. Now that it's flooding, it should be taking a lot more hits. Let's actually send the DDs this way so that if they if they're targeted with torpedoes, torpedoes will not continue on through and hit my my battle line. There we go. One light cruiser down. That is nice. Now we're gonna smoke up with my DDs here. Start getting into range. Viking 06, you have no torpedoes. Why are you even here? That's my bad, you can just go. Please go. You're not needed. But these two berserkers have a lot of torpedoes. They are loaded and ready and almost in range of a big blob of enemy battleships that are not moving too much. Nelson might not need torpedoes. I think Nelson is pretty much done. Yeah, there we go. Flash fire too. What did you take? 14-inch main belt pen. Nice. That is one battleship that will not need torpedoes. Now, as for the ships that will need torpedoes, let's pick some out. Formidable is sailing away. That is not a good target. Or maybe it is. Maybe we can make that work. Just need to get a little bit closer. Nelson goes down. Blocked. Very nice. You Muppets didn't change target, did you? It's hard to see in the friggin' fog. No, you're still targeting Formidable. That's good. There we go. You have all launched. You can target the little DD now with your guns. Retreat. Retreat. Viking 05. You have launched. You can now also retreat. Maud. You can just keep going this direction. Main battle line. There we go, scoring torpedo hits. Main battle line, Collingwood. Everything. It's broadside. Nice target. Bring it down. There we go. Torpedo hits on the sinking Nelson. Torpedo hit on Agamemnon. On Ocean. on courageous. There goes one of the battleships. Accidentally gave a move order there. That was not intended. Anyway, Goliath is next. Just gonna turn this line around first. Oh, 03 takes a torpedo. Every torpedo taken by a DD is a torpedo not taken by a battlecruiser. So there's that. We're 15 kilometers away from Goliath. Ships are selecting the right kind of ammunition for the most part, so that's good. Riga with her 16.5s should be doing a lot of damage, but she's like really not. Ilmarinen has done the most here. I don't think Goliath will survive this. Nope, she will not. There's a flash fire. I've got a decent amount of ammunition left though. So many of the enemy ships having taken a lot of flooding and engine damage. They're all just kind of clustered around. Well, not so much anymore, because I did sink some. Some of the most damaged ones. Marine, and you can target some. Riga, you can target Audacious. As can Marta. Svea, Princess Royal maybe? At least this enemy DD is no longer a threat, having spent all of its torpedoes. Maud, you are in range to do some things. Almost. These 4 battlecruisers are completely undamaged. Almost. They're not super well armored, these British battleships. But it's not like bad either. 5-inch second inner belt. That is equal to 20 inches. Okay. So they did get some extra protection out of that. Take down the Audacious as well. I think we can. She was just hurt badly by some pretty big hits. Okay. Marta, Riga. Audacious goes down. Ilmarinen, Svea, you can keep focusing Princess Royal. Where's Maud? Maud is still here. She's done some damage. I would like her to like turn around and follow the line, but her rudder is out, so maneuverability is not the greatest. I got plenty of ammo left. It's gonna turn into a longer battle than I first thought. Oh yeah, that's right. That's why they're taking so much damage, of course. All forward main gun battery, that means the aft third of the ship is just the aft belt. Yeah. Aft belt penetration. All 6,000 damage. That's why they're not as tough as the main belt would suggest. My preference for ABXY turret layouts vindicated. Princess Royal is hanging in there. He's tougher than the battleships. Not that tough though. There goes that flash fire. Let's see. Let's go Märta Riga. Svea and Ilmarinen can target the battleships. You know, I had it all backwards. My big guns need to target the battlecruisers. The 14s can deal with the battleships. Maud just casually firing from the flank here, being mostly ignored by the British fleet. More big hits on a British battleship. Ocean will sink. That was Maud from the side. Whacking courageous. I think we can do this. I think we might actually be able to sink all of them. I kind of forgot about my heavy cruisers. I just sent them home thinking we were gonna retreat, but no, this is winnable. Jaeger, want you back here. You are on DD hunting duty. Princess Royal goes down. Märta Riga, Svea, and Ilmarinen. If only this ugly cloud layer wasn't here. Making my game look worse. That's just how it is, I guess. there we go, flash fire on Formidable. Who was targeting Formidable? Was it Svea? You are changing to Conqueror. This Formidable is, well... kind of out of the fight. Oop. I completely missed that, and Ilmarinen took some torpedoes that she did not have to take. Now we have to maneuver. Ilmarinen, you are targeting Pelican. I don't care if you no longer have any HE ammo. You're targeting the DD that has torpedoes ready. At least she's dead in the water. And Riga took a bunch of torpedoes too, darn it. There you go, delete this DD, please. DD deleted, okay. Back to the capital ships. Secondaries now on the DDs. Because they don't have torpedoes ready. Those torpedoes striking the Riga, was it not? No, that was actually main gun rounds. Here come freaking torpedoes from their big ships. Okay, Marta, you need to not be in this division if you're gonna act like that. Here comes Aegir with the added torpedoes. They called her back to deal with the DDs originally. Yeah, that was a main gun round hitting Riga, not a torpedo. The only torpedo I took was actually Ilmarinen. Only torpedo I took from these DDs, at any rate. And there goes Formidable. She will not survive that flooding. Let's go focus Courageous instead. She cannot really fire because she's too angled. And Formidable should be their last ship. excuse me, courageous. And a couple more hits. Still afloat. Even took a dud torpedo from my cruiser. But there goes the last bit of flooding, and she goes down. Alright. I didn't really expect to take out the entire British task force. Although, with some... actually only 4 DDs lost. 3 battlecruisers damaged. I'm gonna call that pretty good for 10 battleships and 2 battlecruisers. Yeah, almost 600,000 victory points. That removes a big stone from my burden here. This one we're gonna do next turn. Luckily, my ships were able to combine their task forces. Otherwise, Dannebrok would have to be facing all of this alone. That's why I sent her out and combined the task forces, because they would have gotten a port strike on Göteborg, and she would have been there all by herself against all of this. So yeah, that's good. I'm thinking I'm just gonna be a little bit callous and have these 2 pre-dreadnoughts sail in front of my big new battleship and take all the hits, and possibly sink from torpedoes and 18-inch gun hits just to keep this one safe. I think that's gonna be the plan, but that's for next time. This episode is probably a little bit over length now because of that last battle, which ended up being a full-on battle and not just me skirmishing their main battle fleet. So, goodbye, and take care.